The following is a presentation outlining how to calculate your rota pattern when working less than full-time. Rota patterns are one aspect of less than full-time training which tend to cause a lot of confusion. Rotas involving 0 days, on-calls, night shifts and weekend working mean that it is not always as simple as just having 1 or 2 fixed non-working days. Let's take this rota template as an example. As you can see, Monday has fewer working days across the rota template than Thursday, so if a less than full-time trainee had a Monday off, they would be working more than a less-time trainee who had a Thursday off, unless the rota is adjusted. So how do we make these adjustments? The first thing is to get a copy of the full-time rota template. From here, there are 2 approaches. The first is to count up different types of shifts. In this example, I have split this into normal days, weekday long days and 12-hour out-of-hour shifts. These include weekend day shifts and night shifts. It may, however, be that you want to separate these further. I have counted up the total number of each type of shift across the whole template. The second approach is to count the total number of in-hours and out-of-hours hours across the full rota template. Let's now look at a couple of examples for how this works. Zara and Fatima are returning from maternity leave. They both want to work 60%. Zara will work Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and Fatima will work Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. They have been allocated to a shared slot on the rota and asked to divide the on-calls between them. To work out their shifts, they will firstly need a copy of the full-time rota template. They will then need to separate in-hours working and out-of-hours working, or the shift types. They need to calculate how much 60% of normal shifts and 50% of on-calls will be, in other words, the target hours. They will then need to choose 2 non-working days and block these out on their rotas, count up how many hours this leaves and then adjust the rotas to match the target hours. Zara decides to count in-hours and out-of-hours hours to calculate her rota. She works out that 60% of normal shifts is just over 139 hours in 8 weeks and that on-calls are 64 hours. She does not work Thursdays or Fridays, so she removes these shifts from the rota template. When she does this, she finds that although her out-of-hours shifts are correct, she is only working 132 hours over the 8 weeks rather than 139. She therefore needs to add another day to her rota template to make her hours correct. There are 2 further important points to note here. Firstly, although Zara only works alternate weekend day shifts and night shifts, her rota template includes the 0 days following the weekends she does not work. Without these, she will be working too many hours. Secondly, Zara may agree with her department to do some out-of-hours shifts on her non-working days, but she should not feel obliged to. A trainee may work night shifts starting or finishing on their working day, but they should not have to do both. In this example, Zara works Friday night shifts on alternate roles of the rota, but she does not work the Wednesday and Thursday night shifts, as these fall on her non-working days. Fatima decides to work her rota out by counting the different types of shifts. She has Monday and Tuesday as her non-working days. She works out that she needs to work 14.5 normal day shifts, 2.5 long weekday on-calls and 4.5 12-hour out-of-hours shifts as part of her 60% slot share with 50% on-calls. Once Fatima blocks out Monday and Tuesday as her non-working days, she finds that although her out-of-hours shifts are correct, she is working 16 rather than 14.5 normal day shifts. She therefore agrees with her department to add in another day off and a half day to adjust her hours. Now let's consider this example. Zara and Fatima change rotation and each decide to work 80%. They each have their own slots on the rota. Zara wishes to continue to have Thursday off and Fatima wishes to have a Tuesday off. So again, we will approach this in the same way as before. We will need a copy of the full-time rota template to work out 80% of in-hours and out-of-hours shifts or shift types. Each trainee will need to block out their non-working day, then count up their hours and adjust their rota patterns accordingly. Again, Zara counts up her in-hours and out-of-hours working. She works out that she should work 185.6 in-hours hours and 102.4 out-of-hours hours in 8 weeks to be 80%. She blocks off Thursday as a non-working day. She drops the Thursday long day, Thursday night shift and Sunday long day from her rota. Although this results in her out-of-hours hours being correct, she will only be working 176 in-hours hours. She therefore opts to add another normal day in her rota template. Again, you can see that she has one night shift ending on her non-working day, but no on-call shifts on her non-working day and no night shifts starting on her non-working day. Fatima again chooses to count up different types of shifts to calculate her rota. She works out she needs to work 19 normal days, 4 evening on-calls and 7 12-hours out-of-hours shifts to be 80%. When she has blocked out Tuesday as a non-working day, dropped the Tuesday long day and removed the Sunday and Monday night shifts, she finds that her out-of-hours shifts are correct, but she is working 20 normal days instead of 19. She therefore agrees with her department to add another 0 day to her rota template in order to adjust her hours. If you would like any further information regarding any aspect of less than full-time training, the following resources may be useful.